Most people watching this video are losing their dreams right now, and they do not even realize it. Not because they are weak, not because they are untalented, but because they stopped being consistent. They started strong. They were motivated in the beginning. They had big goals, big energy, big promises. But the moment life became painful, they disappeared. And maybe that person is you. Maybe you are tired of trying. Maybe you are exhausted from fighting battles nobody understands. Maybe you wake up every morning feeling like you are falling behind while everybody else is moving ahead. Maybe you are starting to question yourself because the results are taking too long. But listen carefully, this video is not for average people. This video is for the people who are struggling silently, the people who are trying to hold themselves together while life keeps testing them, the people who still have a dream in their heart even after disappointment, rejection, failure, and pain. Beck, AWS, today something has to change inside you. See, the world teaches people to chase motivation, but motivation is temporary. It fades. It disappears the moment life becomes uncomfortable. Anybody can grind when they feel inspired. Anybody can work hard when emotions are high. But can you keep going when you feel nothing? Can you stay disciplined when nobody is supporting you? Can you continue when your progress is invisible? That is where your future is decided. Most people are addicted to comfort. The second things become difficult, they quit. The second pain shows up, they run. The second failure hits them, they start doubting their purpose. But pain is not always there to destroy you. Sometimes pain is building you into somebody stronger. And what if the hard season you are in right now is actually preparing you for the life you prayed for? Think about that. What if the struggle is shaping your mindset? What if the rejection is teaching you resilience? What if the lonely nights are building discipline inside you? What if the pressure is creating strength you never knew you had? Because diamonds are created under pressure. Champions are created through struggle. And greatness is built during the moments when nobody is watching. Right now, somebody watching this video is thinking about giving up. Giving up on the gym. Giving up on the business. Giving up on the dream. Giving up on themselves. Motivation is powerful, but it is unreliable. Some days you wake up feeling unstoppable. Your energy is high, your confidence is strong, and your goals feel close enough to touch. On those days, working hard feels easy. You attack your tasks with excitement, and discipline almost feels natural. But life is not built on those moments alone. The real challenge comes on the days when motivation disappears completely. The days when your alarm feels heavier than your dreams. The days when your mind is tired, your body is exhausted, and your excuses sound more convincing. NG than your goals. That is where discipline becomes more important than motivation. Most people wait to feel ready before they take action. They wait for inspiration to strike. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect time, or the perfect conditions. But successful people understand something different. They understand that if you only work when you feel motivated, you will never reach your full potential. Motivation is emotional. It changes constantly. Discipline is a decision. Discipline says, I will continue no matter how I feel. That mindset changes everything. Think about athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or anyone who has achieved greatness. Their success was not built only on days when they felt inspired. It was built during the difficult moments when they wanted to quit but refused to stop. The world celebrates the trophies, the money, the recognition, and the victories, but nobody sees the quiet moments behind the scenes. Nobody sees the early mornings when they were tired. Nobody sees the sacrifices, the failures, or the frustration. Discipline lives in those moments. It is the ability to keep moving forward even when every emotion tells you to stop. The truth is that feelings are temporary. Some mornings you will feel confident, and some mornings you will feel lost. Some days you will believe in yourself, and other days doubt will fill your mind. If your actions depend on your feelings, your progress will always be inconsistent. Discipline creates stability. It gives you the power to continue even when your emotions are weak. It teaches you that your dreams are too important to depend on temporary moods. There will be times in life when motivation completely disappears. You may fail at something you worked hard for. You may lose support from people you trusted. You may compare yourself to others and feel behind. In those moments, motivation often fades away, but discipline becomes your foundation. Discipline reminds you that success is not about one emotional moment. It is about repeated action over time. One workout may not change your body. One study session may not change your future. One business idea may not make you rich overnight, but consistent effort every single day creates transformation. Discipline is what separates people who talk about dreams from people who actually achieve them. Everyone has goals. Everyone says they want success, but not everyone is willing to stay committed when the process becomes uncomfortable. Discipline means doing the work even when it is boring. It means staying focused even when distractions are everywhere. It means understanding that greatness is built through repetition, patience, and sacrifice. A lot of people misunderstand discipline. They think discipline means being perfect. It does not. Discipline is not about never failing. It is about refusing to stay down after failure. Even disciplined people have bad days. Even disciplined people feel tired and unmotivated. The difference, NCE, is that they do not allow temporary emotions to control their future. They continue anyway. They understand that progress is more important than perfection. Imagine two people starting the same journey. One person only works when they feel motivated. The other person works whether they feel inspired or not. At first, they may seem equal, but over time, the disciplined person begins to separate themselves. Why? Because consistency always beats intensity. Small daily actions repeated over months and years create massive results. The person who keeps showing up eventually becomes stronger, smarter, and more prepared for success. Discipline also builds confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your self-respect grows. When you say you are going to wake up early and you actually do it, you build trust within yourself. When you continue working toward your goals despite obstacles, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Confidence is not created, by talking about success. It is created by repeated action and commitment. One of the hardest parts of discipline is understanding that results take time. We live in a world where people want instant success. They want fast money, quick recognition, and immediate transformation. But real growth is slow. Real success is built quietly. There will be seasons when it feels like your hard work is producing nothing. Those are the moments when most people quit. But discipline allows you to continue planting seeds even when you cannot yet see the harvest. Life will test you. There will be distractions, disappointments, and moments of pain. Some people will doubt you. Some people will leave you. Some situations will make you question yourself. But discipline gives you the strength to remain focused on your purpose. It teaches you that temporary pain is often the price of long-term growth. The greatest thing about discipline is that it can be developed. Nobody is born perfectly disciplined. It is built through daily choices. Every time you choose effort over excuses, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you keep going despite discomfort, you become mentally stronger. Over time, discipline becomes part of your identity. You stop depending on motivation because you understand that commitment matters more than emotion. At the end of the day, motivation may get you started, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation is the spark, but discipline is the fire that continues burning through difficult seasons. If you want to achieve something meaningful in life, you cannot rely only on how you feel. Feelings change too quickly. Discipline creates consistency, and consistency creates results. So when the excitement fades, keep going. When nobody supports you, keep going. When progress feels slow, keep going. When motivation disappears completely, remember that discipline is what will carry you through. Because the people who succeed are not always the most talented or the most gifted. Often, they are simply the people who refuse to stop when things became hard. Pain is something most people try to avoid. The moment life becomes uncomfortable, many people run in the opposite direction. They quit the gym when their body starts hurting. They stop chasing goals when failure shows up. They walk away from dreams the second the journey becomes difficult. But what they fail to understand is that pain is not always a sign to stop. Sometimes pain is proof that you are growing. Every strong person you admire has gone through pain. Every successful athlete, leader, entrepreneur, artist, or champion has faced moments that tested their limits. Nobody reaches greatness without struggle. Nobody builds strength without resistance. The same way muscles grow through pressure, character grows through hardship. Pain forces you to evolve into someone stronger than you were before. Life has a way of teaching lessons through difficult moments. Sometimes pain comes from rejection. Sometimes it comes from failure, heartbreak, loneliness, disappointment, or sacrifice. Those experiences can either break you or build you. The difference depends on how you respond. Some people allow pain to destroy their confidence. Others use pain as fuel to become better. The strongest individuals are not the ones who never suffered. They are the ones who kept moving forward despite suffering. Think about how diamonds are created. They are formed under extreme pressure. Gold must go through fire before it becomes valuable. Steel must be heated and hammered before it becomes strong. In the same way, human beings are shaped through challenges. Hardship reveals your true strength. It forces you to discover abilities you never knew you had. The truth is that comfort rarely creates growth. When life is easy, people often become lazy, distracted, and satisfied with average results. But pain wakes people up. Pain forces you to focus. It forces you to adapt. It forces you to fight for something greater. Some of the most powerful transformations happen during the darkest seasons of life. There are moments when pain feels unbearable. You may work hard and still fail. You may give your best effort and still feel overlooked. You may lose people you trusted or experience setbacks you never expected. In those moments, it is easy to question yourself. It is easy to wonder if the struggle is worth it. But pain often prepares you for a future you cannot yet see. A person who has never struggled may look strong on the outside, but they have never truly been tested. Real strength is developed through adversity. Pain teaches patience. Pain teaches resilience. Pain teaches discipline. When you survive difficult seasons, you begin to realize that you are capable of far more than you once believed. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that pain means failure. It does not. Pain is part of the process. Every goal comes with sacrifice. If you want success, I have to sacrifice comfort. If you want greatness, you will have to endure moments of doubt and exhaustion. If you want to grow, you must accept discomfort. Nothing valuable comes without effort. Pain also teaches gratitude. When you go through difficult moments, you begin to appreciate things you once took for granted. You value peace after chaos. You value success after failure. You value strength after weakness. Hardship changes your perspective. It humbles you and makes you wiser. Some pain in life is temporary, but the lessons it teaches can last forever. A hard season can shape your mentality for the rest of your life. Many people look back at their hardest moments and realize those moments changed them in powerful ways. The struggle they once hated became the thing that prepared them for success. There is also a difference between meaningless pain and purposeful pain. Meaningless pain happens when you stay stuck in destructive habits, negativity, or fear. Purposeful pain, appears when you suffer while growing towards something meaningful. The pain of discipline is purposeful. The pain of sacrifice is purposeful. The pain of chasing your dreams is purposeful because it leads somewhere greater. Imagine someone training for a marathon. Every day their body hurts. Their muscles ache. They feel exhausted. But they continue because they know the pain is making them stronger. The same principle applies to life. Emotional pain, mental pain, and struggles often build endurance within you. They prepare you for bigger responsibilities and greater opportunities. Pain also reveals who you really are. Anybody can smile when life is easy. Anybody can stay positive when everything is going their way. But your true character is revealed during difficult moments. When life becomes hard, do you quit or do you continue? Do you become bitter or do you become stronger? Pain exposes your mindset. Many people spend their entire lives trying to avoid discomfort. They avoid risks, challenges, and difficult situations because they fear failure or rejection. But avoiding pain also means avoiding growth. You cannot become stronger without resistance. You cannot develop courage without fear. You cannot build resilience without challenges. The strongest people are often the ones who have suffered the most. Not because suffering is good by itself, but because suffering taught them endurance. It taught them discipline. It taught them how to survive difficult situations without losing themselves. Pain became their teacher. Sometimes pain breaks old versions of you so a stronger version can emerge. It destroys weak habits, weak thinking, and weak excuses. It forces maturity. It forces growth. And although the process is uncomfortable, it creates transformation. There will be days when you feel tired of fighting. Days when you want to give up because the pressure feels too heavy. But those are the moments that define your future. Growth does not happen when things are easy. Growth happens when you continue despite the struggle. The people who achieve greatness are not people who avoided pain. They are people who learn how to use pain. They turn rejection into motivation. They turn failure into lessons. They turn struggle into strength. Instead of allowing hardship to destroy them, they allowed it to shape them. They allowed it to shape them. One day you may look back at the pain you once hated and realize it was preparing you all along. The heartbreak taught you wisdom. The failures taught you resilience. The lonely nights taught you independence. The setbacks taught you patience. Every difficult chapter was building something inside of you. Pain is not the end of your story. Sometimes it is the beginning of your transformation. The struggle you are facing today may become the reason you are stronger tomorrow. The pain you feel now may be shaping the person you are destined to become. So when life gets hard, do not immediately assume you are losing. You may actually be growing. You may be developing strength that comfort could never teach. You may be becoming someone more disciplined, more focused, and more resilient than ever before. Pain is not always punishment. Sometimes pain is preparation. And the people who learn to grow through pain become unstoppable. One of the biggest reasons people fail is because they underestimate the power of small steps. In today's world, everyone wants fast results. People want instant success, instant money, instant transformation, and instant recognition. Social media makes it look like success happens overnight, but the truth is much different. Most achievements are built slowly, through consistent effort repeated day after day. Small steps may not look impressive in the moment, but over time they create extraordinary results. A lot of people quit because they think they are not moving fast enough. They compare themselves to others and feel behind. They look at successful people and only see the final result, not the years of work behind it. What they fail to understand is that greatness is rarely built in giant leaps. It is built in small daily actions that most people ignore. Imagine a person trying to climb a mountain. If they focus only on how far the top looks, they may feel overwhelmed and give up. But if they focus on taking one step at a time, eventually they will reach the summit. Life works the same way. Big dreams are achieved through small, consistent actions. Every little effort matters, even when it feels insignificant. One workout may not completely transform your body, but repeated workouts over months and years will. One page of studying may not instantly make you an expert, but daily learning will expand your knowledge over time. One video may not make your channel successful, but consistent uploads can build something powerful. Success is not usually the result of one massive moment. It is the result of small steps repeated with discipline. The problem is that small. The progress often feels invisible. Human beings naturally want immediate rewards. When people do not see quick results, they become frustrated. They start questioning themselves. They begin thinking their effort is pointless. But growth is happening even when you cannot see it yet. Think about planting a seed. When you place a seed into the ground, nothing happens immediately. Days may pass without visible results, but beneath the surface, roots are forming. Growth is taking place silently. If someone becomes impatient and digs up the seed too early, they destroy the process. Many people do the same thing with their dreams. They quit before the results have time to grow. Patience is one of the most important qualities in life. Small steps require trust. They require faith in the process. You must believe that your daily effort matters even when there is no applause, no recognition, and no immediate success. The people who eventually achieve greatness are often the ones who simply refuel. Said to stop during the slow seasons, Small progress is still progress because every step changes you. Even if the results are not visible yet, you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more disciplined through the journey. The process itself is transforming you. Every challenge you overcome builds resilience. Every small victory builds confidence. Every day you continue despite difficulty strengthens your mindset. Many people fail because they focus too much on perfection. They think if they cannot do something perfectly, there is no point in trying. But perfection is not what creates success. Consistency does. A person who takes small, imperfect steps every day will always outperform someone who waits for the perfect moment but never takes action. There will be times when progress feels painfully slow. You may feel like your hard work is not paying off. You may look around and see other people moving ahead faster than you. During those moments, it is important to remember that every day, our journey is different. Comparing your progress to someone else's path will only steal your motivation. Your only job is to continue improving little by little. Even the strongest people started as beginners. Every expert was once inexperienced. Every successful person once struggled, doubted themselves, and faced setbacks. The difference is that they kept taking small steps forward instead of giving up. They understood that momentum is powerful. Tiny efforts repeated daily eventually create massive change. Small steps also build discipline. When you consistently show up, even in simple ways, you train your mind to become reliable. You teach yourself that quitting is not an option. Discipline is not developed through giant moments of motivation. It is developed through ordinary daily choices. Waking up early, finishing your work, staying focused, continuing despite boredom or frustration. Those little decisions shape your future. A river can cut through solid rock, not because it is poor, wonderful all at once, but because it flows consistently over time. In the same way, consistent effort breaks through obstacles that once seemed impossible. Small actions may appear weak individually, but together they become unstoppable. There are people who never begin because they are intimidated by the size of their goals. They want everything figured out before they start, but clarity often comes through action. Confidence grows through movement. You do not need to have every answer right now. You only need the courage to take the next step. Life is not a sprint. It is a long journey. Burnout happens when people try to achieve everything instantly. Sustainable progress comes from balance, patience, and consistency. Small steps allow you to keep moving without losing yourself. They create habits that last. They create foundations strong enough to support long-term success. Sometimes the smallest actions can change your entire future. One decision to wake up earlier. One decision to wake up earlier. One decision to stop procrastinating. One decision to continue when you wanted to quit. Those moments may seem small at first, but they can completely redirect your life over time. Never underestimate the value of showing up. Even on bad days, even when your energy is low, even when you feel discouraged, continuing matters. Some days your best may look different than other days, but effort still counts. Progress does not always happen in giant, visible breakthroughs. Often it happens quietly through repeated commitment. The truth is that most people give up too soon. They stop during the phase where growth is still invisible. They expect immediate rewards and lose patience when success takes longer than expected. But the people who win in life are often not the most talented. They are simply the ones who stay consistent long enough for their efforts to compound. Every small step carries power because it moves you forward. Every time you choose effort over excuses, you become a little stronger. Every time you continue despite difficulty, you build resilience. Every day you refuse to quit, you separate yourself from the people who gave up. One day, the progress that once felt tiny will become impossible to ignore. The small habits will turn into major results. The little improvements will create a completely different version of you. And when that day comes, people may think your success happened suddenly, but you will know the truth. It was built through countless small steps taken consistently over time. So never disrespect small progress. Never think your effort is meaningless because the results are slow. Growth takes time. Transformation takes patience. Every small step matters because it keeps you moving toward the life you are trying to build. And as long as you keep moving forward, no matter how slowly, you are already winning. Every decision you make today is shaping the person you will become tomorrow. Most people spend their lives dreaming about a better future. Very few truly understand that the future is not created by wishes alone. It is created by daily actions. The person you want to become is watching every choice you make right now. Your future is being built through your habits, your discipline, your mindset, and your consistency. A lot of people think success happens suddenly. They imagine one lucky moment changing everything overnight. But real transformation does not work that way. The future is built quietly day by day through repeated effort. The life you desire is connected to what you choose to do consistently today. Every hour matters. Every habit matters. Every decision matters. The person you become 5 years from now depends heavily on what you repeatedly do starting now. If you constantly procrastinate, avoid discomfort, and waste your time, your future will reflect those choices. But if you stay disciplined, focused, and committed to growth, your future self will benefit from the sacrifices you make today. Think about how someone planting a tree. The person planting the seed may not enjoy the shade immediately. It takes years before the tree becomes strong enough to provide shelter. But one day, because they stay patient and consistent, they benefit from what they planted long ago. Life works the same way. The effort you put in today may not reward you immediately, but your future self will eventually live inside the results of your current habits. Many people destroy their future because they only think about temporary comfort. They choose distractions over discipline. They choose entertainment over improvement. They choose excuses over action. In the moment, those choices may feel easy and comfortable, but over time they create regret. Success and failure are both built daily. The small decisions you make consistently either move you closer to your goals or further away from them. Your future self is depending on you to stay focused even when life gets hard. There will be moments when you feel tired, discouraged, or tempted to quit. Those are the moments that matter most. Anybody can work hard when they feel motivated. Anybody can stay focused when everything is easy. But true growth happens when you continue despite the struggle. The habits you create today become the foundation of your future life. If you build habits of discipline, learning, hard work, and resilience, those habits will eventually create opportunities, confidence, and success. But if you build habits of laziness, inconsistency, and negativity, those habits will eventually create frustration and disappointment. Every action is like casting a vote for the person you want to become. When you wake up early to work on your goals, you are voting for a stronger future. When you continue studying instead of giving up, you are voting for growth. When you choose discipline over excuses, you are shaping your identity. Small actions repeated consistently become part of who you are. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they have unlimited time. They delay their goals and tell themselves they will start tomorrow, next week, or next year. But time moves whether you are prepared or not. The future arrives faster than most people realize. One day you will either thank yourself for the sacrifices you made or regret the opportunities you wasted. Imagine meeting the version of yourself 10 years from now. What would they say to you? Would they thank you for staying disciplined, for pushing through pain, and for refusing to give up? Or would they ask why you wasted so much potential? That future version of you is being created right now through your choices. The beautiful thing about life is that change is possible at any moment. Your past mistakes do not have to define your future. No matter how many times you failed, no matter how much time you wasted before, you still have the power to change direction today. The moment you commit to consistency and growth, you begin creating a diff. Erect future for yourself. Success is not built in one giant moment. It is built through repeated commitment. Every workout, every book, every hour of practice, every sacrifice. Those actions may seem small individually, but together they shape your destiny. People often admire successful individuals without understanding the years of discipline behind their achievements. What looks like overnight success is usually the result of long-term consistency. Your future self will not care about how many excuses you had. They will care about whether you kept going. Life will always present challenges. There will always be distractions, setbacks, and obstacles. But the people who succeed are the ones who stay committed despite those difficulties. There is power in understanding that your current actions have long-term consequences. When you realize that every decision affects your future, you begin to live differently. You become more intentional with your time. You stop wasting energy on things that do not help you grow. You begin protecting your dreams because you understand how valuable your future truly is. Many people spend years waiting for confidence before taking action, but confidence is built through action itself. The more you stay consistent, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. Every challenge you overcome strengthens your mindset. Every promise you keep to yourself builds self-respect. Sometimes the progress feels invisible. Sometimes it feels like your hard work is not changing anything. But growth often happens quietly before it becomes visible. Just because you cannot see immediate results does not mean your effort is wasted. Your future is being shaped even during the slow seasons. The difficult days matter the most. The days when you are tired. The days when nobody believes in you. The days when failure makes you doubt yourself. Continuing during those moments creates mental toughness. It separates dreamers from achievers. It proves that your commitment is stronger than your emotions. One day, the version of you that once felt impossible will become reality. The confidence you wanted, the strength you desired, the success you dreamed about, all of it can grow through consistent action over time. But it starts with the decisions you make right now. Your future is not something random. It is something you create. Every disciplined choice builds momentum. Every sacrifice builds strength. Every small improvement shapes your character. The person you become tomorrow depends on what you repeatedly choose today. So when you feel like quitting, remember this: your future is watching. The life you dream about is waiting on the other side of consistency. The stronger version of you is being built through every challenge you survive. One day you will look back and realize that the difficult moments were shaping you all along. Do not betray your future by giving up too early. Keep working, keep growing, keep believing. Because the person you want to become is depending on the actions you take today. Before you leave this video, I want you to understand something very important. Your life is not over because things are hard right now. Your dream is not dead because progress feels slow. And you are not failing just because the journey hurts. The struggle you are facing today may actually be preparing you for the strongest version of yourself. A lot of people quit too early. They stop one step before the breakthrough. They give up because they cannot see results fast enough. But success was never supposed to be easy. Greatness was never built inside comfort. The people who change their lives are the people who continue when everything inside them says stop. Right now, there is a version of you that your future needs. A stronger version, a disciplined version, a focused version. But that version cannot exist if you quit every time life becomes difficult. You have to learn how to keep moving even when more motivation disappears. You have to learn how to trust the process even when nobody believes in you. One day people will look at your success and admire the results. They will see the confidence, the growth, the victories, and the transformation. But they will never fully understand the pain you survived to get there. They will never see the lonely nights, the self-doubt, the sacrifices, or the moments you wanted to give up, but kept going anyway. That is what will make your story powerful. And listen carefully, the hard days are not here to destroy you. They are here to reveal who you truly are. Anybody can chase goals when life feels easy. But can you stay disciplined when life tests you? Can you stay focused when progress is slow? Can you keep believing when nobody claps for you? Because those moments define your future. So if you are struggling right now, do not run from the pain. Grow through it. If you are tired, rest if you need to, but do not quit. If you feel behind in life, stop comparing yourself to everybody else and keep building your own path. Small progress is still progress. One step every day can completely change your life over time. And I need you to promise yourself something after this video ends. Promise yourself that no matter how difficult life gets, you will not stop chasing the person you were meant to become. Promise yourself that you will stay hungry, stay disciplined, and stay consistent even when nobody is watching. Because your future is depending on the choices you make today. This is your season to grow. This is your season to fight. This is your season to become stronger. And if you can survive the hard moments without giving up, there is absolutely nothing that can stop you from becoming great. Now get up, lock in, and keep going. But if that is you, I need you to hear me carefully. You are closer than you think. The problem is not that you are weak. The problem is that you have been waiting to feel ready before taking G action. But successful people do not rely on feelings. They rely on discipline. And by the end of this video, I need you to make a decision, a real decision, not another temporary burst of motivation, not another emotional moment that disappears tomorrow. A decision that no matter how hard life gets, you will stay consistent. You will keep showing up. You will keep fighting for the person you were meant to become. Because the people who win in life are not always the smartest or the most talented. Sometimes they are simply the people who refuse to quit.